In flying, sometimes plans change last minute, but it can lead to some of the greatest experience you'll ever have, especially for us waiting months for this moment today. It's right there. We're right here. While we wait, we grabbed some breakfast, took in some fine art courtesy of some marine aviators, saw an aircraft we never even knew existed, and finally saw the star of the show doing pattern work. Today we head out to the desert, the high desert specifically, which we know you all enjoy. But I have to admit, it wasn't until we started flying this area quite often that we really started to appreciate its beauty. And it has quickly become one of our favorite regions to fly over and into. We have visited this next airport before, and those of you who have been part of our channel for a while now probably have seen that first visit here. But we're going to do something different today. We're going to come in during the week for the first time, which is a completely different experience for a couple of reasons, which we will get into. To say that this airport has history is like saying the desert has sand, because not only have some of the most important aviation advancements happened here, which spoiler alert is still happening, and we'll see that today, but if you look at Wikipedia, it's probably the first airport I've seen so far that has a huge list of first flights and significant events, if that tells you anything. On our visit, we'll stop off to get some breakfast at the on-field cafe called the Voyager, take a tour around the terminal/pilot's lounge, and finish it all off with the reason why we changed our entire plans this morning to come here to view the world's biggest aircraft, the Stratolaunch, all as we visit Mojave Air Space Port in Mojave, California.
Joshua, approach over 19039 Hotel, requesting VFR descent.
39 Hotel, VFR descent, your discretion.
VFR descent, my discretion, 39 Hotel.
908 Papa, going to contact LA Center 125.8, 25.8.
25.8, 90 Papa.
Today we will be departing VFR out of Corona at about 8:30 a.m. because it was forecasted to be around 98 degrees in the desert later, but luckily winds would stay under 5 knots, which anyone who lives or flies in that high desert area knows that's a pretty good day. Once over Riverside, we would call to obtain flight following, which, quick tip, if frequency 125.5 is extremely busy, since it does handle a lot of the approaches, wait until you get closer to the mountains and try 127.0. It's usually much quieter, and we've always had great success. Alright, and once we got to our en route altitude of 8,500, we then fly over the Cajon Pass before heading northwest and being handed off to Joshua Approach. And then most importantly, we'd stay out of Edwards restricted area before heading due north and making a right base for runway 08. Alright, so I did tell you that there's going to be a lot of history, so brace yourselves. Opened in 1935 by Kern County, the original airport's mission was to facilitate the gold and silver mining industry in the area. And it really was just a small rural airstrip. I think by now you probably know what caused many of these airstrips to turn into full-on runways. Yeah, that's right, World War II. But in 1941, the Civil Aeronautics Board, which was the predecessor to the FAA, began to improve the airport for defense purposes, which included building 2 4,500-foot asphalt runways and taxiways. Kern County did agree, though, that the airport could be taken over by the military in case of a war. Well, this was early 1941, and for you war history buffs, you know what happened at the end of 1941. As they say, a day that will live in infamy. Pearl Harbor attacks. After those attacks, the Marine Corps took over and expanded it to Marine Corps Auxiliary Air Station Mojave, which included the construction and barracks for 3,000 personnel.
Southwest 1564, contact SoCal approach 134.2, 34.2.
34.2 Southwest 1564, yeah.
Now, after the end of the war, it was shut down in February of 1946, and the United States Navy Air Station took it over the same day, but only for about a year. Then it remained closed for 4 years until the Korean War, and then it was reactivated as an auxiliary landing field to Marine Corps Air Station El Toro, a military base that was closed during the base realignment and closure, which I never got to see, but it remains alive in two ways: the El Toro VOR near John Wayne, and pretty much anytime I watched the movie Independence Day, because that's the base that Will Smith's character was stationed out of. All right, but anyway, sorry, I got sidetracked. Back to Mojave. In 1961, the Marine Corps transferred to El Centro, and Kern County once again took ownership of the airport.
Joshua approach, Cessna 12745 with you, climbing through 7,500 for 9,500. Cessna 12745, Josh approach, welcome, Palm Dog, 2 minutes 3013. 3013, 12745.
Okay, like
Center 530, contact Bakersfield approach 118.8.
188530.
3 Hotel, verify you have the weather at Mojave and the field of sight.
We have the weather and we have the field in sight, 39er Hotel.
And 39er Hotel, Roger, you can contact Mojave Tower, get it. All right, actually, just remain the frequency for now.
Disengaged.
All right, we'll remain with you, 39er Hotel.
The 39 Hotel traffic, 11 o'clock and 5 miles doing vertical maneuvers extra.
Oh, Roger, we'll keep an eye for that traffic, 39er Hotel.
Now, some history I had no idea about was its air racing era. A 1,000-mile unlimited race was held, the first closed-course pylon race to include pit stops. In the 2000s, though, Highway 58 was extended, and it cut directly across the race course, which ultimately ended the event.
01 Whiskey Mike, contact LD Center 132.5, 32.5. 32.5, 1 Whiskey Mike, see you. 8352 Sierra Josh, approach Palm Dog to the 3013, squawk 4743, and say your current altitude.
4743, and we're climbing out of 6,800 now for 52 Sierra.
Flight testing activities have happened here since the early 70s because of its sparsely populated region and its proximity to Edwards Air Force Base, which not only has a restricted airspace like I mentioned earlier, but also a supersonic corridor. Now, with all this test flying, you need test pilots, and Mojave is just the place to find them, as it has the National Test Pilot School. There are also other businesses here like Scaled Composites, which will be lucky enough to see one of their aircraft today, Virgin Atlantic, and of course Stratolaunch, which was actually built by Scaled Composites. In 2004, the airport became the first inland spaceport in the US licensed for horizontal launches. So what is a horizontal launch spaceport, you may ask? Well, let's start with what we do know, vertical ones, like Kennedy Space Center and Vandenberg, which launch rockets, which is vertical. Easy, right? Well, horizontal, on the other hand, use space planes or rocket-powered aircraft to take off and land using runways. They often take rockets to high altitudes before releasing them.
39 Hotel, that previous traffic looks like they're your 10 o'clock and about 7 miles. There should be no factor, but they're still doing vertical maneuvers. Just be aware of that. Contact Mojave Tower today.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that traffic and contact Mojave Tower. Thanks for the help, 39er Hotel.
A quick side note to all my pilots here, and it's that you'll hear me say I have the weather, and that's not because I forgot the ATIS ID. They do not have an ATIS, only an AWOS.
Mojave Tower, Aero 1939er Hotel, 9 miles south, 5,500. Inbound, we have the weather, full stop.
Mojave Tower, report right base, runway 8, and that's for November 1939er Hotel.
Go to right base for 0839er Hotel.
All right, now back to a little bit more history. I promise you we're almost done. The only other two horizontal spaceports are Spaceport America in New Mexico and Mid-Atlantic Regional in Virginia that actually does both vertical and horizontal. But Paso Robles is hoping to become a horizontal spaceport, and those plans are in the works. And finally, in 2022, another moniker was added to the name of the airport, Rutan Field, in honor of the Rutan brothers, Bert and Dick, which, if you read enough of their history here, this was their playground. Known for their unconventional designs, in 1975 they had the first flight of the Rutan Very Easy, in 78 in the Defiant, and in 79 the Long Easy. Aircraft that are loved by aviators to this day, and which only just scratches, like microscopically scratches, the surface of what they accomplished and the influence they had and still have. All right, now let's talk about the airport itself today. Mojave Air Space Port is a Class Delta on the weekdays and a Class Golf on the weekend, which to all our aviation enthusiasts, but not necessarily pilots, that just means that it's towered during the week and untowered on the weekends. Tower is open from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and this would be the first difference we'd experience today. We'd only ever come on the weekends, so we never knew what tower operations were like. But now the runways, because there are plenty of them, 3 to be exact. 0422 at nearly 4,800 feet, 0826 at just over 7,000 feet, and the big one, 1230 at 12,500 feet. And I'll tell you, landing on that big one is something special, which you can still see on our Where's Transient Parking first visit here. And all this is at an elevation of 2,800 feet, which is a huge factor in the summer. Speaking of summer, let's talk weather. So this is the desert and it gets hot, with July being the hottest month, averaging a high of 98 degrees, which puts the density altitude at about 6,000 feet, which makes having long runways such a blessing. But I'm sure you noticed that not one runway is parallel, which, as you might have guessed, means that winds can come in all directions and in varying speeds. I'll say that when I look at the forecast during the summer for this area, it usually will have a couple of days of high winds consistently, which, for example, tomorrow, which is September 9th, is showing winds of 19 knots, gusting 29, and favoring runway 26, which is already different than our visit today. The weather is also extremely dry, which is why it is a perfect place for aircraft storage. More on that later, but today the humidity is about 6%, and the area enjoys on average around 279 sunny days a year.
The tower, November 629, Kilo Foxtrot, number 1, 8 at Echo. VFR to the west.
3602 Romeo Foxtrot, Mojave Tower, runway 8 at Echo, wind 1004, clear for takeoff. Depart via a left downwind, runway 8.
November 629, Kilo Foxtrot, clear for takeoff, runway 8, left downwind departure.
Mojave Tower, Error 1939 Hotel, entering right base for 08.
39 Hotel, runway 8, wind 090 at 5, clear to land.
Runway 8, clear to land, 39 Hotel.
All right, so what about those other days that are not so sunny? Well, that gets a little tricky. Technically speaking, there are instrument approaches, which include the RNAV GPS for runway 04, 22, and 30, but you can't use them. I know, kind of weird, right? Well, as my instrument-rated pilot friends know here, you cannot fly an IFR flight plan through a military operations area, otherwise known as a MOA. And Mojave, as well as other airports nearby, sit right under the largest MOA in the country, our 2508 complex. The Mojave MOA at 16,000 square miles, bigger than the Nevada MOA, which includes the Nevada Test and Training Range, where the famous Area 51 is located. So if you are on an IFR flight plan to here, you will be asked to cancel it before entering the Mojave MOA. Of course, this not only includes approaches, but departures as well. So plan on picking up your IFR once you get out of the MOA airspace. One spectacular sight here is the Boneyard, which you can see as we approach, but you'll be able to see it much better on departure. Airliners are stored and eventually recycled for parts, and during our visit, we'd speak to a CFI based out of Edwards Air Force Base Aero Club, who would share a lot of information about this Boneyard. But he also included the fact that if you train out of Edwards Air Force Base Aero Club, you get a perk to land once or twice, I can't remember exactly what, on the lake bed runways that Edward has. Fun fact, it also has the largest compass rose in the world, which you can see on Google Maps. And we want to thank Alex for sharing all that information with us. As far as traffic, you can see anything from student traffic, military, and of course, prototype aircraft. Today, we'll see one that looks so otherworldly that when I posted a story about it on our Instagram, a friend literally asked if it was AI or real, and I couldn't blame him. There's no aircraft like it in the world.
Marriott 39 Hotel, taxi to Park via Echo Charlie.
Park via Echo Charlie, 39 Hotel.
Number 9 Kilo Foxtrot, freak change approved.
9 Kilo Foxtrot, see ya.
Now, as far as amenities, they do a great job of having everything conveniently located all in one area. There is self-service fuel, a pilot's lounge, cafe, transient parking, all within feet of each other. We'll look at all of these in closer detail after we park. All right, now that we're parked, let's go inside, eat, and explore the terminal. So we are here at Mojave Air and Space Port, right?
Yes.
And this was a very unscheduled stop. It was actually like last minute. We were actually supposed to go to another airport close by, but then I got a notification on FlightAware that the Stratolaunch was taking off from here, and I told Irene, I was like, let's just go, because it has to come back eventually. So we are here and just stalking it until it arrives. Fingers crossed we get to see the Stratolaunch. If you guys don't know what it is, I think it's the widest plane right now in the world.
I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
We've been wanting to come to this airport anyways. We've done it once before, but we want to do it again the right way, showing you guys the restaurant,
Yep.
the pilot terminal, what else?
And I think that's it. And then maybe just wait for the Stratolaunch to come back.
What do we do different this on the approach?
I don't know. What did we do?
That thing.
Tower.
Yes. So this is the first time we got to do it with Tower. It's actually really easy.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was going to be chaos here.
I think in our mind, we just thought it was going to
Maybe
be
a lot.
busy and buzzing, but
Yeah, we almost thought the restaurant was closed. Funny story with that, we actually did come one time with a friend and the restaurant was closed because we didn't check. I didn't check. And so we're like, it's gonna be open every day. And it was like the one day, right?
the one day.
And so, yeah, so we didn't do that. So we almost thought it was gonna be closed once again. But if you guys can see, let me show you. Back there, right here, is the old tower that is no longer used. They have a much taller one now at the end, which we'll show you. Right behind us is the restaurant, and to that side, that's where we're gonna go to the pilot's lounge. And then the other thing that's at this airport,
Boneyard.
Boneyard, all those. And if you guys have watched not too long ago our Victorville airport, kind of reminds us of that, right? But just like Victorville, here they do not do tours. They used to.
Oh, they did?
I think they used to.
Oh.
I could be wrong, but I swear when I remember looking it up, there was a time that they did, but they don't do them anymore. If you guys know someone, let us know. We're gonna go eat like we usually do because it's early. We didn't have breakfast just so we could have lunch or breakfast here. So let's go and check out what the food's like here. So here at Mojave, they don't have tie down chains, they have tie down rope. I'm gonna be embarrassed to say this. I have no idea how to do this with the rope. Luckily today I checked the forecast. It's not gonna be windy today. So we're gonna put our chocks down. That should be enough. And we're gonna be right here. So yeah, we should be okay. But this place gets extremely windy. There has been footage that it's so windy that there's 747s with the nose just lifting with the wind. So when you come here, if you don't know what the weather's gonna be like or you're gonna stay overnight, these are extremely important. And again, it makes it a lot better because with the extreme heat, the chains will probably get really hot anyways. And the rope is much cooler. And if you know how to do the rope ties, please let us know, because I mean, I guess I'll look it up. I don't know. But I feel so embarrassed. I guess if I was a bush pilot, I would be more embarrassed. I'm not, but we always have our tie downs. So if you have your tie downs and you don't know how to do this, just use those, because there's a lot of links. Probably 1, 2, 3, it's probably 9 spots here. If you're not comfortable with these, again, bring your tie downs. And if you can, put it back as perfect as you found it. I felt bad for moving it the first time. All right, there we go. We're good. Maybe you guys can see now why we thought it was closed. I think there was one other couple in there. But one of the things we love about this airport is the cafe, the terminal. Anywhere you go, you get to see the history of the airport. And on the menu, we love how they term all their dishes. Funny enough, or coincidentally, or it was just meant to be, my favorite meal here is the F-22, which if you don't know, that's my favorite jet. And of course, you get an amazing view of pretty much the entire field, including the Boneyard. And this is great because you never know what kind of traffic is going to land here, especially that military. And so what is that F-22 dish? It's steak, hash browns, eggs, and toast. And of course, Irene went much healthier, which is something I should probably do more often. Alright, so we're still waiting, and as you guys can see, it's still out in the Pacific Ocean. I think it's just doing some pattern work out there. I don't know what they do to do testing. So we're waiting for it to come all the way back. And I'm going to check to see how long it took it to get there so we can get back. But we're almost done with lunch, but that's what it is. This one's cool. Oh, this is that original one, and it launched it off, and then it took off.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool. So I'm sitting here in this comfy chair and I'm looking at this whiteboard. And look at this. Wolfpack.
Oh.
Yeah. Meow, especially Cherry, Crayola. AMRAP was here. VMFA 323 Death Rattlers. I guess.
Oh my goodness.
Metal Fatigue. Flying Tigers. To Mental Scale. And then Simplify. Oh! Edwards. So yeah.
I didn't even notice that
I
it
know.
was
I was just
Wolfpack.
sitting there and I was like, oh man, these guys are hilarious. So yeah, that's your Wolfpack.
Yeah.
They're just hilarious.
I don't think anybody has the heart to erase the helicopter.
Oh
There's
no.
on that one.
There's no way.
How long has it been here?
Months,
Really?
maybe even a year at this point.
Alright, so we just found the Stratolaunch. Oh, like just past Santa Maria. So if you look, it's right there. We're right here. So probably, I don't know, in the next 15-20 minutes she should be here.
Ooh,
I think so.
exciting.
So we're still waiting. We've never gotten fuel here, so so this is regular. You guys just pay here, and I'm sure you just lift this handle this way. Yeah, you'll lift it up, and then you pull this out, fill up your plane, and then I believe this button right here will probably retract the fuel line. So that should be it. And then for you high wings, they do have big ladders, little ladders, and don't forget to ground. Most important. So yeah, it's pretty good here. Again, we've never gotten fuel here, but yeah.
That's the typical machine, huh?
Yes. They even got a light right above. And if you need chocks, there's chocks here. I wonder if they do tours for like the old tower. That'd be cool.
That would be cool. If they don't, they should.
So we just caught her. We were just getting back to the plane right now. And obviously if I turn the camera, you guys aren't gonna be able to see it, but maybe Irene will catch it because she has a better camera. But they have a chaser, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Let me see if I can show you guys. I'll do my best, but right now it's probably gonna be the worst time. So it's, right. I can't even see it on the screen, so this is pointless. Oh my God. Whoa. Whoa. That's cool, the chaser. Wow. We have been waiting for months to capture this. And this is the only reason why we've been tracking it on FlightAware, for this exact reason. So we're almost gonna get it. Oh. Whoa. Alright, they're bringing out 2 tugs to move the Stratolaunch. I don't know what's going on with that prototype spaceship looking thing, but they're just moving it around. But that's the coolest thing ever, is to finally see the Stratolaunch. And we got to see 2 flyovers.
Yeah.
And a full stop. That's crazy. This was worth coming today. Irene's back there getting some still shots to make everything look pretty, but we're gonna actually go back inside and check out the gift shop, which we had no idea was actually here. Again, we always come on weekends, so because of that, everything's closed. But now that we've come on the weekday, we got to see more things. There's actually a lot of people here. But we're gonna go check out the gift shop, see what they have, in case you guys come and are interested in getting a cool sticker, hats. I think they have shirts, so let's go find out what that is. Is it coming back?
Ooh, it is.
Ooh.
We're gonna check this out really quickly.
Got that prototype jet coming back. Oh, it's teasing us. That's cool.
And the other side.
Okay, so that, right?
One. Yeah.
Then.
Yeah, thanks.
Stickers. And then they have patches.
Ooh, I like the patch.
The patch is cool.
What does it say on the other side? Oh.
Oh, they are cool.
I like the color.
Mm-hmm.
They really have a good logo.
They do. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
They even got a lightsaber.
Oh my goodness. And there's a list of all the prices there if you're curious what it costs. Those clouds are building up.
I know. And it's gonna be bumpy on the way back. So we are out of here. It's getting warm. It's getting really warm.
Yeah.
But it was awesome. It was everything and more than I expected with the Strato.
Well, it's so much bigger than I think I
And
imagined.
it's like a kite, huh?
Yeah. It kind of just floats until it comes down.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it felt like. And it was crazy because it like came behind the tower. So you couldn't see it until it was already low. And then it's just like, whoa. It's like the Titanic in the sky. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But that was really cool.
And it's still sitting behind us.
Yeah, that's probably why the NOTAM closes that runway until 2. And it's 12:30 right now. So we didn't know, we thought it would taxi all the way back. We were hoping, because then we'd be like, maybe it comes in front of us. But they're getting ready with the tugs. And as you guys can see, they have all the boneyard back there, which unfortunately we did verify they don't do that anymore. As much as we want it to be true that they actually do, they don't.
The tours, right?
The tours.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't do the tours for that anymore. And then we saw that mini F-22, whatever that was, that I hope it's for civilian use in a couple of years. I know, and it's right there, right in front of us. So yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up. Oh yeah, obviously we got food and you guys got to see what that was like. It was very calm today, which surprised us. That's why we thought it was gonna be, that's why we thought it was closed, right?
Yeah.
So luckily it wasn't, so we had lunch. So I was so excited about the Strato that I forgot about everything else we did. And then the pilot's lounge.
Yeah. Which is really nice and well stocked. It's air conditioned, which is important out here.
Yeah. And do not, repeat, do not erase Wolfpack's drawing.
Do not.
Because how long has it been there?
I think they said almost a year now.
Almost a year, yeah. And they said they don't have the heart to remove it. So Wolfpack, your drawing, your animation, and all your
jokes,
conditions of your Super Stallion are safe and sound. But that's it. We're gonna probably take off like this, and maybe, just maybe, we'll get the Stratolaunch on our takeoff. So fingers crossed.
That would be awesome.
That would be really cool.
We're gonna try.
We're gonna try. So again, we wanted to come back here. We redid it, so we hope you guys like this one. This was an unexpected stop. We were gonna wait for here until probably October when it cooled down.
Yeah.
But Strato called, and so we had to come. And it did not disappoint.
It didn't. No.
It was so cool.
It was really cool. I can't tell you how many times we've seen it on
know.
ADSB in the morning. We're like, oh, just took off. We missed it.
I know. And it was because, like, you were having to go to work,
Yeah.
or I had to go to work or something. It's like, oh, why did they do it today? Today, just the stars aligned, and we got spoiled. It's right behind us. So cool. So we'll see you guys on the next one. I don't even know what that's going to be, because
I have
obviously
no clue.
we didn't know what this one was. So, but we hope you guys enjoyed this one, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one.
Mojave Ground, Aero 1939er Hotel at restaurant parking, ready to taxi. We have the weather.
39er Hotel, runway 8, taxi Charlie.
Runway 8 via Charlie, 39er Hotel.
So changing plans literally within 3 minutes of finding out Stratolaunch had departed Mojave was so worth it. Nothing really can prepare you for what something that big looks like when flying. Our friend Alex did warn us that it looks and flies like a glider, and he was completely right. And the fact that we couldn't see it on this full approach, the only time we saw it is after it appeared from behind tower, and that just made it even more surreal. And then add to that we got to see a scaled composites Model 437 Vanguard taxiing was just the cherry on top. So last week we released KSAN, or San Diego International, which is always a fun airport to go into, and honestly we had all types of responses. First, let's start out with probably the most glaring one. I mean, this one was at the top. You guys made sure that you corrected me on, and that was me calling the USS Midway a battleship. I apologize. To be honest, I actually knew it was an aircraft carrier, but once the camera comes on, I get so caught up in trying to make sure I say certain things that sometimes I say the wrong thing. And if you guys haven't noticed by now, sometimes I'm between 10 different ideas and I'm bouncing all around. Luckily, Irene usually tries to keep me focused. But that is not to say I didn't learn something. I didn't know that the ships today are actually called warships. Again, I'm a man of the skies, not the seas. Irene will let you know how I don't even want to go on a cruise. But the skies, oh yeah, that's home. All right, next, a lot of you had opinions on the best places to eat, which we know that saying any place is the best are some fighting words. But the great thing about San Diego is you can almost go anywhere and you can't go wrong. But thank you to those that recommended other places for our next visit. And finally, we got a comment from someone that said it was perfect timing for the video as they were going to head into Montgomery north of San Diego International, but ended up changing his mind to go to KSAN once he saw the video, which is so awesome to hear. Even decided to try the same restaurant. And that's what the channel is all about, making it easier for you, making you feel confident, and showing you how possible all this is. As always, thank you all for sharing your stories here with us and everyone else, because the videos are good, but your comments make them great. And next, the most important part of our videos is telling you how much we appreciate all the members, because really, and we really mean this, if it wasn't for you guys supporting us, it would be so much harder. And honestly, I don't know if we could have continued doing this. So thank you so much. You guys motivate us to make our videos better every single week. Every week we thank you all, and you have no idea how much we mean it. I mean, we're at a point now we're being asked questions about how to start a YouTube channel, and that's truly not to brag. That's just to say that we still feel like we're trying to figure it out day in and day out. But we know one universal truth in all this, and that is it couldn't have happened without all of you, so thank you so much. All right, today we have a special departure for you. You'll see the Boneyard, but even cooler, you'll get a glimpse of the Stratolaunch still being towed. So we hope you enjoy it. We'll see you guys next week, but until then, go fly, go discover.
Mojave Tower, Ever 193 Hotel, holding short 08 at Charlie 1 for right crossing departure.
Ops 1, roger. Remember 39 Hotel, runway 8, line up and wait.
Runway 8, line up and wait, 39 Hotel.
And Ops 1, you wouldn't like to cross prior to the departure? Ops 1 Tower. Ops 1, do you like to cross prior to the departure? Ops 1, roger, break 39 Hotel, runway 8, wind 008, cleared for takeoff.
08, clear for takeoff, 39 Hotel.
Mojave Tower, King Air,
Airspeed to line.
November 10 Delta
Oil
Hotel.
pressure's good.
How far to the south will be
Airspeed
ready,
good.
number 1?
King Air 10 Delta Hotel, Mojave Tower, roger, runway 8, wind 0708, clear for takeoff.
Runway 8, clear for
60.
takeoff for 0 Delta Hotel.
Remember 39 Hotel, you going north or southbound?
Southbound, 39 Hotel.
39 Hotel, roger, southbound, turn out approved.
Southbound, turnout approved, 39 Hotel. Thanks for the help.
39 Hotel, frequency change approved traffic is King Air departing behind you. He'll have you inside prior to turning.
Roger, appreciate that. You have a good day, 39 Hotel.
Thanks, you too. King Air 0 Delta Hotel, confirm you have the light fixed wing 1 mile off departure and right cross on inside.
Yeah, then inside, I can do a left 360 over the head, that'd be better.
King Air 0 Delta Hotel, whichever you prefer.
Yeah, I'll do that, left 360, thanks.
King Air 0 Hotel, roger, and frequency change approved. Left 270. Or left 270, I guess. Ops 1, continue southbound on runway 12.
Ops 1, continuing southbound runway 12, crossing runway 8.
127.0.
27.006.
Good afternoon, Joshua Approach, Ever 193 Manor Hotel, 4 miles south of Mojave, VFR Request.
November 193 Manor Hotel, go ahead.
39 Hotel is a P28 Romeo Salon Golf, requesting flight following to Corona Alpha Juliet Oscar at 9,500.
Joshua Approach, good afternoon, Cherokee 2546 uniform, 3,300, climbing 11,500.
Sir, 2546 uniform, Joshua Approach, identify on the altimeter 3010.
Ident 3010, number 2546.
Aero 39 Hotel, squawk 4620.
4620, 39 Hotel.
November 39 Hotel, your radar contact 6 miles south of Mojave Airport, on the altimeter 3010.
3010, 39 Hotel.
One 168 Papa Kilo, Josh approach, on the altimeter 3010, clear direct Janny, descend maintain 12000.
Get direct to Janny and descend and maintain 8000, 168 Papa Kilo.
Mary Papa Kilo, descend maintain 12000.
Oh, pardon me, 12000, 168 Papa Kilo.
Approach 0623 Mike Charlie. We'd like to fly multiple approaches starting with the RNAV runway 6 approach, please.
03 Mike Charlie, Roger, report established on RNAV runway 6 o'clock.
We'll report established on RNAV runway 6, 3 Mike Charlie.
Joshua approach 108 Echo Mike with request.
108 Echo Mike, Joshua, go ahead.
We're heading towards the Cajon Pass, sir. We might lose you in there. Can you give us our next frequency to call?
November 8 Echo Mike, it'll be SoCal approach on 127.0, but at your altitude, it should be fine. November 8 Papa Kilo, descend maintain 10,000.
And down to 10,000, 168 Papa Kilo.
Air 46 uniform sales, 2 climbing 2.
Climbing 1,500, 46 uniform.
Air 46 uniform, roger. Turn 10 degrees right vector for traffic, 12 o'clock, 15 miles up direction.
Approach 0623 Mike Charlie is established.
53 Mike Charlie, cleared our nav, runway 6, Fox Airport. And on departure, what's your next approach?
VOR Bravo, please. 3 Mike Charlie.
Departure, VFR route and altitude, your discretion. Number 3 Mike Charlie, contact Fox Tower.
Switch into tower, 3 Mike Charlie, thanks.
3 Papa Kilo, traffic, 12 o'clock, 4 miles, northwest bound, 8,500, A, airport.
8 Papa Kilo.